Hello everyone, this is Shivani and welcome back to my channel Lit Fun. Today in this video we are going to discuss yet another short story named Lamb to the Slaughter, written by Roald Dahl. It's a black comedy and a really interesting crime thriller. So without further ado, let's begin. So basically what happens is the story starts with Mrs. Melanie, or you can say Mary Melanie, and she is sitting in a chair sewing. We are given the background description of her house, her room. She has set the table, like two glasses are set over there with a bottle of whiskey and some fresh ice cubes, and she is awaiting the arrival of her husband. She looks at the watch again and again, but she's not anxious, she's very relaxed, and she knows that by every passing minute, she is reaching the time that will bring back her husband. And as per his routine, the husband arrives at around 5 o'clock. The name of the husband is Patrick, and there is, it's very normal routine that is going on. The husband enters and she immediately rushes to greet him, and she takes his coat, keeps it aside, then offers him a glass of whiskey, and it's shown that she is attuned to every single thing that he does. So basically once she offers him a glass of whiskey and take one for herself, she sits back again sewing. But her ears are there only. So when the ice cubes clink to the glass, she knows that now he has drained all the whiskey and the glass is empty. And when Patrick rises up to get another glass, she immediately cries out in order to stop him and serve him himself. So this gives us a feeling that she is a very homely housewife and very devoted, and she's very ready to please, eager to please her husband. It's basically a Thursday, and we are shown that on Thursday they have this thing that they always go and eat outside. But today it seems that Patrick is very tired and he stops her from doing anything, and he wants to give her a piece of information. So when he behaves in that odd manner, something is off about Patrick that she can realize. And when he says that sit down, I need to talk to you, is that when she actually gets a little scared, like what is it going to be. Now we are not told what he said as it is, but we are told the reaction, that it was over in few minutes, like 4 to 5 minutes, and she was still, very still, and means she was in a trauma, she was shocked, and she felt that maybe if she would just go on acting normally, and she would wake up tomorrow morning, so she would wake up from this bad dream. So she is not able to accept what he has told. She's not able to sink in the fact. Now what must have been the news? We do not know. But as she recalls Patrick saying that of course he will take care of her and he will pay her. So it gives us a feel of divorce and alimony, that he says that he will take care that she is well taken care of. And also one more thing, that the woman, Mary Melanie, is not alone. She is 6 months pregnant. Okay, and in this crucial stage, Patrick comes and he bluntly reveals all this information, and before revealing he also sets a background that I hope you do not blame me for it, although it's going to be a little shocking for you. So he doesn't seem regretful. Yes, he's a little bit disturbed, but overall he is fine with it, and he just reveals the information. Now Mary Melanie, in her stupor, she doesn't react, she doesn't know what to do, and it's like her body has gone on an automatic mode. So very mechanically she does everything. She gets up, that I'll get the supper, and mechanically she goes down the stairs, she switch on the light, and she opens the freezer, and she takes out the first thing that she gets. So the description is such that her mind is automatically working because it's a routine, but she is not present in the moment. What she takes out is a leg of a lamb, and she keeps that in the oven, that today we are going to sorry, she does not keep it in the oven. She just takes it out that, okay, today we are going to have lamb for the supper. She takes that piece of the lamb holding it from the bowl, goes back to the husband. Now Patrick is not looking at her. His backside is facing towards Melanie, and he says that, do not prepare a supper for me, I am going out. And we do not know what takes over, what happens. Can you guess what she must have done? She, just holds that bone of the lamb very, very tightly, and she, with all the strength, she forces it and she swings and hits it on the back of Patrick's head. And it was with such a force that she could have used a steel club, and for a few seconds he sways at his place, and then he comes crashing down. And when he falls, a little side table also overturns, and that violence, that force, that sound, that makes her come out of her stupor and realize what she has actually done. She has committed a murder, but she is so relaxed. It's like in the heat of the moment she has done it, but still there is no melodrama, there's no crying like what have I done, nothing. She is so very calm, as if she was a professional murderer, and instantly her mind begins to work very, very fast. So she thinks of what all can happen with her, and she was not worried about it. So apparently she was going to be hanged. But then another thought comes to her mind, that what about the baby? She didn't know whether they will wait till the 10th month so that the baby comes alive, or are they going to kill both mother and the child. And being a mother, she was not ready to take that risk. So to save her husband, she decides that she has to save herself, and she starts planning what to do. She picks up the lamb, goes back and put it in the oven for preparing it. Then she goes to their bedroom and gets ready, braiding her hair and everything, and then she smiles in front of the mirror. She doesn't get it right. Basically, she's trying to practice a smile, and then she practices her dialogues, and when she is satisfied, she goes outside. It's not 6 o'clock yet. The grocery shop is open. She goes and smiles brightly, and the owner or the seller over there, he knows her, and they both have a nice conversation that I want potatoes and peas, and Patrick is very tired. He does not feel like going outside for the dinner, so I'm preparing the supper. And then the seller Sam, he offers her to take something for the dessert also, and then she takes a piece of cheesecake as well. So everything goes very well. She's very normal, and when she moves out, so she is talking to herself that everything is very fine. She will go home and she has to cook a very nice dinner for her husband, because he has come home very tired. And if she sees anything horrible or tragic, it's going to be a shock, because she doesn't know if anything has happened. But then it was not as if she was expecting something. Everything was fine. So she tells herself everything is fine. There's not going to be any need to act. You have to act normal, so everything will happen automatically. Then she goes into the house. She's humming to herself. She keeps the packets on the table, calling out to her husband. And then when she sees Patrick lying, on the floor, sprawled with his knocked legs, and all of a sudden, because she was acting so naturally कि कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है, I'm going back to my husband, I'm going to prepare him a dinner. So when she sees him lying down, all of a sudden everything, all the love that she had for her husband, all the longing, it comes rushing back to her, and for a moment she actually feels sad. She kneels down and she's frantic, and she calls out to him, Patrick, Patrick, what happened? And then she cries and she calls the police officers. Now, who was Patrick? Patrick was also a policeman. So she is well aware, she is familiar, she is acquainted with all the policemen who worked in his prison. So they arrived and they asked what happened, and she tells them the story that she had gone out for shopping, and when she returned, he was lying on the floor. So the whisperings are done, the notes are being made. They ask him the name of the name of the grocer. They go back and they return. Again, we are not told the complete conversation, but Mrs. Maloney could hear the few phrases that she was acting normally, smiling brightly, wanted to prepare a good dinner. It's impossible that she. That's it. But it's enough for the reader to understand that the police officer had gone to interview Sam, and Sam had said that she was acting very normally. It's impossible that she could have been involved in the murder. So, so they start with all the formalities. Forensic teams come, fingerprints are taken, photographs are taken. The police officers try to, send her off to her relatives or something, that you can go because we will be investigating. But she refuses to move. She says that she does not have any ounce of energy left in her, and she is just going to be seated at that table. So, they scour the entire house, but they are not able to find that murder weapon. The doctors have also come. They have figured out that something heavy had been hit on Patrick's head, which has led to his death. So they, scour everything, like is there any metal club or anything that they could find, but they do not find that murder weapon. Now 9 o'clock is the time that currently, so many hours have passed, and clearly policemen are very, very frustrated. They are hungry and they have not got any clue like who could have done the murder, and they have not even figured out the murder weapon. So there was a policeman who was, very kind to Mary Melanie, because they must have felt that, oh my God, she has lost her husband and she was also miserable. So she calls out to him and she says, can you please give me a glass of whiskey? He gives her that, and then she offers him one too, that please you also take, it will help you. So earlier he denies, he hesitates, but then he finally agrees. He gives in that, okay, I am going to have very little of it so that it keeps me going. Slowly and steadily everyone joins in, and then the oven beeps, and one of them reminds that your lamb that you had kept in the oven is still in the oven. And she, behaves like, oh my God, yes, you're right. And then she again asks a favor, that please do me a favor. Patrick would have never forgiven him if I would not have given you a little bit of hospitality. Clearly, you are working way past than your normal hours. You must be hungry, and the lamb is there. I personally cannot touch anything because I'm so, miserable. My husband is dead, but I want you to do me a favor. Please eat that lamb, all of you. So first they deny, and can you see how smart woman she is? So first they all deny, but obviously they were very hungry, and so they gradually accept. Then Mary Melanie is sitting in her room, but she, overhears a fragments of the conversation that they are talking about with each other. Let's not finish it entirely, but we are doing her a favor. She wants us to finish it. Okay, give me some more lamb. Now, what do you think how Patrick must have been hit? It must have been a huge weapon. And then other officer says that's why it's very easy to find, because ऐसा इतना भारी बड़ा weapon कोई अपने साथ साथ लेकर नहीं घूमेगा. And then one of the other officers says that you might not know that the weapon is here only, and it might just be right under our noses. And then Mary Melanie is shown giggling in her room. So you can see how cleverly she has, made the police officers themselves remove the murder weapon. जिस लैम्प से उसको मारा था वो लैम्प उसने उन पुलिस ऑफिसर्स को ही खिला दिया without touching it, without doing anything. And the character of Mary Melanie is also so very interesting. Like, she looks like a bit psychic. First she was completely in daze, बिना सोचे समझे she hit the husband, he's dead. Then she's also normal like a psychopath. Then one moment she feels like all the love is returning and she cries for her husband, but still her mind is working so very well. Like, she has removed all the possible things, the murder weapon, all the clues that could have possibly led her to the jail. And then she is shown giggling as if she has no remorse, no repent, nothing. And she is giggling that what fool are these police officers? They are saying they are trying to find the murder weapon, that it must be right here only, and they do not know that they themselves have finished the murder weapon. So yes, this was the great story, although it's a crime, a huge crime that has happened, but still Roald Dahl, he's a meticulous writer, and he had managed to turn into a dark comedy and into a humorous one. But again, yes, it's serious, intense, and again very, very interesting. So I hope you enjoyed it. You can go through it. It's free of cost on the internet, and it's a short story, won't take you much time. So we'll meet next with another story. Till then, bye everyone. Have a great day.